Hey everybody, Kyle Austin, MLive.com here at Breslin Center after Michigan State's 107-62 win over Houston Baptist in the practice gym tonight as the women play the second game of a doubleheader. Coming off of Michigan State's biggest win of the season, 45 points, and its most impressive offensive performance of the year. That's my first takeaway from tonight. 107 points, obviously. Shoots 64.3% from the field. It's been at least 6-7 years or more since they've done that offensively. Miles Bridges tying his career high with 33 points. Just looking more attacking, looking for his shot more, looking like he wanted to be more of the scorer tonight and less of the distributor. Certainly hadn't been playing poorly, but hadn't really been playing quite at that National Player of the Year level, I don't think, for the last 7 games or so since the sprained ankle. I'd seen his step slow for a while and kind of just was willing to defer, which isn't a bad thing. But tonight, he hit a couple shots early. He seemed to really look for that shot and has one of his best career games, 11 for 14 from the field. Really strong offensively, led the way. And then Nick Ward, 9 for 9. He could have scored more if they didn't take him out, 20 points. It doesn't get much better than that. So offense, they had been, they had always done pretty well, but I think this was kind of the next step for them. This is about as efficient as you can get for Michigan State offensively. Takeaway number 2, it seemed like a matter of time before the team block record fell. We're 13 in the game, and this team right from the start seemed like it was going to break that record between Nick Ward and Jaren Jackson in there. Jaren Jackson in particular, those guys just swat away at a record pace, and tonight they finally got that record. 16 blocks, I believe 6 had Jaren Jackson. He played pretty limited minutes due to foul trouble too. So that's going to be a record that's probably going to stand for a while, and this team might even top that. We've talked about it many times this year, but the interior defense of Michigan State is really at a level that it's never been at in program history. It's far and away, if you look statistically, as far as field goal percentage defense, as far as blocks, they're pretty far and away the best in the country. And they played a smaller team tonight. Houston Baptist, and its defense didn't have its best player, who's a forward and their leading rebounder. So they had a significant size advantage, but it was still a pretty impressive physical display for Michigan State on the inside, and probably one that's going to stay in the record books for a while. And then takeaway number 3, I feel like I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you, but Tom Izzo was not happy with this 45-point win. If you listened to his post-game press conference, you would have thought they lost by 45. They turned it over quite a bit. Let's see how many times turnovers here. 14 total. And the rebound, I mean, is really what got him. Houston Baptist had 24 offensive rebounds compared to 10. In fairness to his team, Houston Baptist missed a lot of shots, so you have more opportunities for offensive rebounds. But his players were still not in position. They weren't boxing out well. They didn't really. They just weren't doing it at the level, whether it's focus, whether it's who they're playing, whether it's the margin. He didn't see the intensity he needed the whole time. So Izzo, you would have never thought they won this game by as much as they did to talk to him afterwards. And I think his point, and he made this several times, is that he needs to see them playing at a championship level every night. He didn't feel like he saw that tonight, despite the final score. And they're not necessarily being measured against the scoreboard or against their opponent. They're being measured against their own expectations at this point, and that's how good this team is. And Izzo said it, and a bunch of players with him agree they fell short of that tonight. So despite the final score, not a lot of happy faces in that locker room afterwards. But they get another chance on Thursday, Long Beach State here at the Breslin Center, and stick with MLive.com/Spartans for all your coverage. Thanks.